Welcome to Complete SQL video series. In this video, I am going to discuss about the very important, that is the how we can handle the null value into the store procedure. In the sense, like suppose if you working in the real time, so you need to always handle the null value, like the if your user supplied the null value or the empty value, and they pass the some empty value. So you need to be handle how we can handle before executing the main procedure. And also in this video I'm discussed about the while loop. Okay, so how you can use the while loop into the store procedure, and also what scenario you will be use the temporary table concept into the store procedure. So complete in this video I will show you in the real time exactly how we working, and how we implementing the requirement into the store procedure. And also if you attend any type of the interview, you definitely get this type of the question, like the scenario based question. So in this video I will discuss one real time use cases. Okay, so in this real time use cases scenario based question, that is the part of the handle of the null value, the part of the while loop, the part of the temp table, and many more. So let's jump to the SQL Server Management Studio and understand what we going to cover in this video. So I am here in the SQL Server Management Studio. So suppose I have the store procedure, which is the running through the application or the running through the user. So the input parameter is the gender, but it should be passed the either male or the female. But if the user supplied the null value, okay, so if you execute this procedure, it should be written the error message like null or empty is the invalid parameter. Please must pass this value either m or f, so the user can understand that this is the input parameter is the invalid, so I need to pass the valid parameter. Suppose if the user pass the empty value, this will also throw an error. So you can see error message coming like null or empty is the invalid parameter. Please must pass the value either m or f. Or suppose the value pass is the multiple like m comma f. So this should be also be handled, this requirement which I already discussed in the 52 number video also, how we can handle the multiple parameter value, multiple value. So if you execute, you can see this is coming the invalid parameter. So let's understand what exactly the requirement is there. So I have one table, that is the, let me create one duplicate table of this dim customer. So I created this duplicate table. So I have dim customer dup table is there. So now you can see we have the data. So the requirement is the input parameter is the create the store procedure, and the input parameter is the gender and must pass the single value. So it's clearly mentioned that the gender value should be passed the single, and if the user pass the multiple value like m comma f or null value or the empty value, then will pre-validate the sp and throw an error. So user must pass the single value, and if the pass the multiple value or the null value or the empty value, you need to be pre-validate the store procedure. Store procedure short form is the sp, and need to be raise an error, manually raise the error and throw an error, so user can understand. If this one is the correct, means the if the user pass the single value, then if the total children column value is greater than or equal to 3, like we have the total children. So if I pass the male, and the total children is greater than equal to 3, so you can see this is the 1, so no need to be touched here. But if you can see this is the 4 is the 40,000. Okay, so 40,000, so this is the 4, you need to update 40,000 to 80,000. But if they pass the m, f value should not be touched, so this value should not be updated. Then the update yearly income is the double, whatever the value have we need to be double it. Okay, if value is greater than or equal to 3 total children. So hope you understand the requirement, and exactly this type of the requirement you will get into the real time. So if you able to achieve this type of the question, definitely you are the means you have the good knowledge and understanding on the store procedure. So let's understand how we can achieve this requirement. So I'm going to create the one store procedure, that is the procedure name is update by gender. So before creating the store procedure, we need to be pre-check that if the procedure is already there in the database, then we need to be drop this procedure. So if you execute this middle of the code, you can see one is printing, means that this procedure is already exist. So they will first drop the procedure and then we can create the procedure. So the first requirement is the input parameter is the gender. So I put it the input parameter is gender. So at the rate is the basically used for the parameter value. So I use the gender is the input parameter and this is the data type. Okay, so this is the 10 I given the data type, and now I'm proceeding for the logic part. Okay, so my first requirement is the null or empty value then will be pre-validate, and also multiple values. So I'm just first filtering the if the user pass the any null value or the empty value, then we need to be print the some message or error, and will not execute for the next line. So how we can do that? In the string function, we already learned the isNull function. That is the reason I told that each and every video is very important to achieve the requirement. Okay, so isNull function is basically replacing this null value to the empty value. So we handle both. IsNull, if any null value is passed, okay, then I use the begin and I am printing some, that is the null. So you need to print the message any dynamically message. You can put any type of the message. So I put it here. You can put error something, so they can understand this is the error. Null or empty is the invalid parameter. Please must pass the value either M or F, so the user can understand this is the invalid parameter. And after that you need to put the return keyword. So return keyword basically they stop executing the store procedure here. Okay, stop executing the SP. In this line, this store procedure will be written and they will not proceed for the line number 37 or 38. Okay, so they will stop executing on this line 34 only. They will not proceed for the 35. So now suppose they not pass the null value, they pass the multiple value, then I use the char index here. So char index basically use the index position. So if the index position is comma separated having greater than 0 value, means definitely they pass the multiple value. Okay, so that is the reason we always use the some print invalid parameter, or you can just simply whatever the requirement they given, like please must pass the single value. Okay, you can like print any type of the invalid error. You can mention the error dot invalid parameter. Okay, please must pass the single value. You can like any type of the message, so user can understand this is the invalid parameter. So again you need to be put here return. Now suppose this is the user supplied the either male and female, then we need to be proceed the logic part. Okay, so here I am creating one temporary table, and the temporary table I given the temp dim customer do. So basically this table I am using the just holding the temporary data. Okay, so why we holding? Suppose M or F, if you talk about this complete this table, so we have total around in this table we have total around data 18,000 record is there. So if they pass the male is having the, suppose where gender is equal to, if you put the gender is equal to where gender is equal to, suppose if you pass the gender is equal to male. Okay, suppose if you pass the gender is equal to male, so male have only around 9,351 record. So we need to be loop only this record only, because we need to be check the record one by one. I am going to discuss here basically basically for the looping point of view, how we can, I also covered the loop concept here, so you can understand how the loop is working in the store procedure. So all the data will be stored into this temp table. So if you create like this type of the temp table in outside, so if you pass the here gender is equal to male, okay, suppose gender is equal to male, you pass here, so all the data will be stored into this temp table. Okay, so in the real time, that is the reason we will use the temporary table, because of the holding the temporary data, because this table we not required in the future when we data is updated. Okay, so when the data is got updated, the table will automatically drop it. So now you can see 93351, but you can see ID column I used here, the identity column, but the data is not the sorted way. So we always use the create the indexes. Okay, so basically index, when you create the indexes, I already covered the indexing part in the last video. So if you go, you can see the data got sorted automatically. So now you can see executed, the data got sorted automatically, 87, 88, 89. So now you can see we have the data sorted. So we need to be more careful while we working into the data. You need to be always main focus on the performance. So if I use the cluster, because I created a temporary table, there is no indexes is there, so we need to be always create the cluster index. Okay, so now I'm going to process the concept by using the loop. Okay, so I declare the variable minimum, maximum, yearly income, total children, customer key. So a minimum value, I put it the minimum ID, whatever we have the identity column will use for the looping. Looping concept I already covered on the 46 number video. So you need to be go and watch the concept how the loop is exactly working. So I taken the maximum ID and I started the looping. I taking the customer key and the yearly income and total children. So this field will require to validate. So if the total children is greater than is equal to 3, we just updating the data, whatever the value pass. Okay, so and if the children is less than or equal to 3, then just we printing that this customer key. We use the concatenation function. Okay, plus symbol. So cast you need to be convert here, because this is the integer data type, this is the character data type. So always you need to be convert here. Okay, I already covered the cast function, you can also watch. And having less than 3 children and number of children, again need to be total children, you need to be cast here. Okay, so again you need to use the minimum is equal to minimum plus 1 to loop the next next data, next row. Okay, and in the last we need to be select the dim customer yearly income. So this T dot yearly income and D dot yearly income, so we have temporary table, we have the previous yearly income. Okay, so if you want, you can just put the column alias name like a previous yearly income. Okay, so if you put like this, so user can understand. So now again for the D dot duplicate table have D dot dupe table have the original data. So you can new yearly income something, yeah, updated yearly income you can put. Okay, so updated yearly income. So if you put the column alias name like this, so the data is readable in good format. Okay, so customer can understand in easy way. So now if I create here this store procedure, so if you store procedure is execute, so now store procedure is installed. Okay, so now you can, if you execute, like suppose if I pass the null value. Okay, so while executing, so gender is the input parameter here. Okay, so let's put here the execute in the proper format. Okay, so if the gender is equal to null, okay, if gender is equal to null, if I pass the gender is equal to null for the execution, and if you run this code, you can see the error message is coming, error null or empty is the invalid parameter, please must pass the either value m or f. If you pass the empty value also, it should also return the same error message. So you can see this is also returning the same error message. Okay, so basically returning the same error message because we already handle the null or empty value. If you pass the multiple value at a time, it will also not process, and they will throw the error something like whatever we handle, like error invalid parameter must pass the single value. Okay, so they asking must pass the single value. So like this we can pre-validate the any of the parameter. Now suppose if I pass the mail, then the store procedure will be execute, and all the value will be update which have the children less than equal to greater than equal to 3. So if you execute, it will take some time. Okay, so it will take around 1 to 2 minutes to complete the execution. So this type of the question you will get into the interview. So in this complete use cases requirement, I covered the how we can use the null function, care index. Also, I covered the temporary table concept. I covered the while loop concept. Okay, so you can see here we covered the while loop concept. We also covered the join concept as well. So how we can use the temporary table. We also covered the cluster index concept. Why we use the indexing. Okay, what is the impact of the indexing? So now you can see it got executing. So if you go to the message here, so you can see this customer have less than 3, this customer have less than 3 children, and number of children is 1. So this data is not updated. So now if you go to the result, okay, so when the children is less than equal to 3, you can see previous income or updated income is same. But if you can see having the less than equal greater than equal to 3, is previous income has 40,000. Now you can see the 80,000 is got updated. Okay, so now you can see this is having the 90 into 1 lakh 80,000. So you can see data is got updated correctly. So like this you can achieve this type of the requirement. So if you able to solve all this type of the requirement question, you definitely have the good understanding on the store procedure. So I already covered lots of concept in this part of the video. Okay, so in the coming video I will cover the how we can call the multiple store procedure into the single store procedure. I will also cover the transaction management and exception handling, and then I will cover the user defined function. So thank you so much for the watching complete this video. I will meet again in next one. Thank you so much.